you designed the logo for the group.
Hmm.
You know, like if you look at these major iconic, you know, rock bands and movements, that they had these logos. But didn't you originally design that logo for another crew that you
Yeah,
read about on a
I
flyer?
designed it. We used to do a lot of promotions, and I did, funky ass blazing flyers to try
Mm,
to get more people in. I mean, I met Hank first, Hank Shockley. I met him because I went to a Spectrum City gig, and they was the top DJs, and nobody was in the gig. And I said the reason nobody's in the gig because you advertised it wrong, man. I'm your one of your biggest fans, and ain't nobody in it. He wasn't
uh,
trying to hear me until he heard me accidentally or coincidentally at my college where everybody used to convene because that's where they had Black Night. And he heard me on the mic, and he was like, "Dude, you the dude that came to me with fly. That dude on the mic was you." I'm like, "Dude, I'm only on the mic to sit whack dudes down. That's all, man. Because
mm,
they
mm,
they
mm, mm.
they crushing my dance game. I'm just trying to dance to the joints in here, man. You
I remember
dance with a
once.
girl. It's yeah. Go ahead, Ali.
No, I was
Yeah,
just
you
saying
remember
that
what?
one time Arsenio asked you, he was like, "Yeah, Flavor's always dancing. You don't really dance," and you told Arsenio like, "We're all black. I can dance."
Yeah. Yeah. You better. I come from a time where with dancing was the thing, man.
Mm,
Look, I'm born in 1960.
mhm,
I was in high school during disco.
mm,
Now, I'm in college, my second year of college, right when Rap is the Light comes out in that's fall semester of 1979. I'm
mm.
in college. If you have your dance on, leaning up against the wall was not acceptable. That became
Uh,
something later on. The girls at the party, you had to also crack the ice and come out of yourself and ask them would they like, would they like to dance, and how
mm,
you approached them. You got your dance on, and if you didn't
mm.
dance, you was what they call wallflower. You up against the
Wallflower,
wall. Why
right?
you even there? You know what I'm saying? That
Yeah.
became
If
acceptable later on. Things that you was even inconceivable. Like later on, oh, there's a part, a wedding you go to, and all the girls dance together, and the guys stand and they drink and talk. That was inconceivable, man. Back in the '70s and the '60s, man, everybody
yeah.
got their groove on, man, and that's where I come from. So that Hank heard me, back then, everybody thought they could get on the mic,
Hmm.
like the real intense area period of hip hop right before records, man. Just because somebody came from the Bronx or Brooklyn, they just thought that because the neighborhood was all hip hop, that they was hip hop coming to college too. It was like, nah. So they would get on the mic when, Good Times or Love Is the Message would be playing. And it was terrible, bro. It was terrible. And I would tell my boys, I said, listen, man, if I'm asking a girl to dance, number one, I ain't come. You not like one of them pretty boys.
Right.
So all it take is one mess up for
Yeah.
somebody to say, I don't feel like dancing no more. So you got game, but your game is trying to get uppercase game, and the dance is important.
Hmm.
And all you need is a dude that's whack on the mic or whack on the turntables for somebody to say, "Excuse me, I don't want to dance no more." And
I
you like
think we're
looking
about to
at,
leave.
yeah,
I think we're about
exactly,
to go
like
now. Yeah. Yeah.
exactly. So I would tell my boys, I say, you know what, I'm gonna get on the mic, and then when I get on the mic, nobody's gonna get on the mic. And sure enough, boom, they play one of the beats, the Good Times or whatever. Everybody want to get on the mic, throw their rhymes. Everybody have bars or whatever. And then when I got on the mic, cats is looking at the mic like, yo, like that
Yeah.
wasn't the same mic I had.
Hmm. Yeah. Yes,
and then
sir.
and then the line behind me is all of a sudden gone because I'm
Just
not
start.
getting
Just
on the
people.
mic after him. Exactly. But you know the
I
same thing,
think I left
Ali.
my
You know the
iron
same thing.
on.
Ali, you know the same thing because after you get off the mic, nobody really want to get on the mic. It's like, yeah, I can't sound like that,
Hey,
And
man.
you come from a time you come from a time. Well, I come from a time, but also you carry that on where sound was everything, man.
Yes.
Sound or
Yeah.
sound of like what's coming up out of you. No
Yeah.
tricks, no machinery. It's like,
Hmm.
yo, I'm the first time hearing you. I'm like, yo, man, I don't know where he's reaching down into, but he's reaching. into some places and pulling, and them rhymes is riding something else.
I'm
And
reaching to
they
the
are.
inspiration that I got from you. I'm
No, no,
literally
you're
reaching
reaching from
into a
you're
time when
reaching
you made me
beyond that.
feel like, man, well, and from whatever you know, from that which from you're pulling, you know.
I would
But
be saying, man, Ali is rhyming from his bone marrow. You rhyming from the bone marrow, man. It's like, yo, man, it's like whatever. Yeah, the inspiration comes in the middle of all that. But when you go into your rhymes, which is going into your flow, which is going into some other like oratory, it's you coming from the bone marrow, man. And I don't, it's coming from somewhere else, but you already know that.
I mean, it's literally from feeling powerless when I was little, and then hearing
Mm,
you and hearing Malcolm because of you, and hearing Dr.
mm,
Khalid Muhammad and Minister Farrakhan because of you, and then hearing Chris, and then hearing like these voices and the combination of, and this is what I'm saying, like there's really a psychological element to the overall presentation of what you offer, you know.
mm,
All of these elements that you brought together when you talk about, you know, the idea of marketing and the idea of having the flyer look right, having the music look right, blending the music right, having the vocal be right, the visual being right. You know, I think about also the way that you start your rhymes. You know, you have the
mm,
best opening lines of anybody. I got a letter from the government, or back,
mm,
or I
mm,
got so much trouble, and then your
mm.
use of, you know, you hit them with that first lyric, and then you give them a second to digest it, and then you go into the joint, and all of those things together made me feel powerful. It made me feel like this world doesn't have to be the way that it is. It made me feel like the world, you know, my friends don't have to be in the condition that they're in. You know what I mean? It felt like everything was possible because of what you created.